Hey guys, what's up? Thank you guys for being here today with me. I'm going to restring a guitar. This one is in pretty bad shape. It's got a lot of work to do on this one. Let's take a look at this thing, my project for today. So this is an Ibanez, and she's in pretty rough shape. It's got the Floyd Rose in here, but it's actually says Kahler. So licensed by Floyd. I don't know, it's a Kahler, right? So I'm gonna clean this up. This guitar is in tough, rough shape. So I'm gonna have my hands full today. First thing we're gonna do though here is let's test the electronics. Okay, so just tapping on it with the screwdriver. So it seems like it's working, it's just really scratchy, so I've already taken the strings off. Now I'm going to take this pick guard off and we will spray it out with some electronic spray cleaner. And then I'm really going to try to polish this body the best I can. It's got some chips over here in the side of the neck. There's not much I can do about that, but just a lot of cleanup. And so I hope you guys hang out and help me clean this guitar. That's what happens sometimes. Oh, it's breaking by the minute. Okay, so what happened here is the little plastic insert here came out. So sometimes I can put that back in there, but I think a little tiny bit of glue would be a good idea right there. Let me just do this real quick. Let me see if I can dab without making a huge mess. Whoop. Wow. I think I'm making a huge mess. Get in there, you. Jab it down into something. Okay, I think I saved the knob with some super glue. We'll let that dry up. Now all these screws, I have a whole bag of these nice screws, so I might just change all these out because that makes a big difference. I love the idea of bringing old beat up stuff back together, and sometimes it's challenging, I will say that, but this one, you know, the electronics are already sort of working pretty good. So that's a good thing. Okay, let's see here if we can get that out of there fine. Okay, so, alright, so somebody has been in here working on this thing. Let me see if I can, there you go, I'll set it there like that. Okay, so here's the electronics under there. And somebody's been working with it. Now this looks like this wire is just a ground, but somebody put a Seymour Duncan in here, and I think that's a Seymour Duncan. No, it's not an Invader. I don't know what pickup that is, but it's definitely a Seymour Duncan, which is kind of cool. So hey, it's got that going for it, right? Okay, so this is my electronic spray cleaner that I use. And unfortunately, I've lost the red little nozzle that fits in the end here. But what I'm gonna do, I put my safety goggles on, and I'm just gonna spray this out. Now again, with a nice tip on here, you can get it right in there really nicely. This unfortunately is just going to go pretty much everywhere. But I think if you spray that in there like that and just move these things around, we can even put some in on the top here. A lot of times that will get rid of a lot of that scratchiness. Just that easy. Let's plug the guitar back in again. See? Yeah, I'm starting to wonder if I should pull that pickup out, because I could probably get 40 or 50 bucks for that, but you know, I think I'm just going to leave it in there. Okay. So that's sprayed out, so I'm going to lay this back down in there. You know what I think I'm going to do? Let's try to clean the body. So if there's a way I can lean this off to the side. This is called thinking out loud. Some videos, you know, every word that the guy says in the video is scripted. Okay, this is not a scripted video. This is just going off the top of my head. Alright, so cleaning first, we're going to wipe it down a little bit. This is to get the top layer of dirt off of it. Tap it on here. My bottle's almost empty. Okay, here we go. Let's polish this up a little bit. Got a lot of dings in it. We're polishing a turd, to be honest. But I can get these things. I can get these guitars to play nice. Just gotta work with them for a while. Okay, a little bit of that. We're getting there, so okay. You know, here's what I think I'm gonna use for inside here. It's got the rubber. Let's see what happens when we get some lemon oil and sort of put it in here to try to clean the rubber that goes under the fluid. It might just make it to where now it's gonna really collect the dust. But hopefully that looks pretty good. It kind of sort of did what I was hoping it was going to do. Alright, so I'm going to set this back in here now that we got the top layer of dirt off of there. Alright, so let's test it one more time before I screw this down. Woo! Sorry about that. Good. Let's put a whole new bunch of screws in here. And then we'll just continue cleaning. I bought this whole bag of screws in the basement at the NAMM show 2 years ago. And I still have a whole bunch of them. And sometimes I'll do something where I can actually add a couple to the pile. Okay, this is looking good. Alright, let's spray the back of this off. Try to clean this up a little bit. So an old Ibanez, the serial number says it starts with an 890 something. This might be an old one from the late 80s. So just trying to get the top layer of dirt. Now you can see that somebody got in here and was working on the route. Dug it down a little bit deeper. I guess that's so this scaler could fit in there. There's not much I can do about that. Strap button's still on there and seems nice and tight. Oh no, not really. Let me tighten that just like that. There we go. All you guys that trade guitars in, if you clean them up and polish them, there's a chance that you'll get a little bit more money for that guitar when you trade it in. But I'm not, sometimes, I don't know, maybe it's not worth the time and effort. Some guys don't have that much time to spend on a old beat up guitar that, you know, maybe you're going to sell for 50 bucks or something. Gonna even hit the back of the neck here. Oh, it's got Grover tuners. Yeah, I think this is an old Ibanez from the 1980s. Yeah, so one thing that I like to do is the tape that goes around the pickup ring right here, or around the pickup, it's dirty and stuff, so I take this little furniture scratch marker in black and I just cover some of that up, some of that dirt, that dirty tape, and it kind of gets it to look nice and black again, and it makes it look a lot cleaner. Just going to take a little bit more of my polish and try to hit it, and I'm hoping that I don't take any more of that Ibanez logo off of there. Even try to get some on these tuners. Okay, so I think I found a problem. This isn't tightening up anymore. Ooh, I think we might have to replace this one. Okay, so this one seems messed up here. So let me see if I can get this to come off of here. What I'm going to do is hold it with a pair of pliers and do one of these things. But now fortunately I have a whole drawer full of them. Hey, there's one right there, huh? That one feels better. Yeah, guys, don't ever throw old parts away, because you never know when you're going to need them. Okay, let's see now if this fits down in there nicely. Perfect. Yeah, that might have been the reason that this thing was abandoned. Okay, but we've got one on there now. Okay, I think I'm ready. I'm going to put strings on it. Ernie Ball Super Slinky 9 through 42s. One thing that I am going to do is I got my 3-in-1 oil. I'm going to put a couple drips of oil. Okay, so this tool helped out a lot. This goes in there and it holds these. I noticed that it's a little tiny bit sloppy in there, but this is the kind of tuners where you can also put a flat-headed screwdriver and snug those babies tight right there. You don't want to over tighten them, but they have to be nice and tight. And so a straight edge screwdriver kind of fits in there too. So that made it good. So let's go ahead, and I can see that it says Kaler on it, but it's a Floyd. I can see that this thing, I think the springs are going to need to be loosened up a little bit. It's got 4 springs under here, but I want it to float. I'm not one of those kind of guys that wants it to be locked down. I want this baby to float. I want to use a whammy bar. Let me get my headstock tuner and put on here. There we go. I just use a headstock tuner for everything. No crazy tuners are necessary in my opinion. No crazy tuners are necessary. Okay, let's see what we're looking at right here. Just get them in the neighborhood. Sometimes this procedure here takes a good 15 minutes to get it tuned up now. And luckily they're all staying down in here really nice, so I don't have any problems there. Okay, so still really tight. Loosen them up some more. Not too bad. Okay, so now you want this to lay nice and flat on there, and it's tilting back down this direction. So one more time, loosen them up a little bit more. Bridge wasn't probably stock to this guitar. You know what? Let me look in my bars here. I have a drawer, another drawer. Full of whammy bars and other small things here. But I definitely hope that I can find a bar that fits down in there. It's threaded. This big mamba jamba here. Alright, that's my only bar. It's ugly. Okay, I bent it a little bit. I have a wooden vise over there that I stuck it in. Cool. Okay. These are the knobs that I painted, and they're pretty dry now, so we'll knock those on there. Oh, that's the one, there it goes. That was the one that I super glued. Alright guys, it's getting closer. Well, I found a tip that kind of, I think it belonged on a telly. But we're going with it. It's the only one I have. Another little box of random parts and pieces. Okay, so the back plate doesn't really fit down in the recessed area here. So what do? You look through another box of parts to try to find a back plate. This is going to be a tough one. Yeah, this is going to be a tough one. Because it's black for one thing. Now there's a white one. Yeah, this is going to be a tough one. That's a possibility. It's a definite no. Oh my God. I don't believe it. We got a winner. All right. Dang. What a great day. Let's put that one in. You know, here's the thing. Does working on a guitar all day, does it pay the rent? Something like this? Nah, it doesn't. That one's not going in. Does it give you something to do that's entertaining? If you love doing this kind of stuff like I do, it does, man. It helps your mood. If something goes together nicely, kind of puts you in a good mood. It's a great hobby. Buying, selling, trading, repairing guitars. I highly recommend it. It's really good therapy. If you can figure out how not to just spend a ton of money every week or every day, right? If you can figure out how to kind of do it on the down low, then it is really a great hobby. If you guys have watched this far into the video, I can tell you guys are into this stuff, and you guys already know what a fun hobby this is, working on guitars. And we all sort of do things a little bit differently. Oh, that thing isn't going into nothing. We all do things a little bit differently. But the end result is that we all have a good time. And we all try to fix things up that almost seems like there is no hope in fixing it. That's why this thing was traded in, as far as a guy sold me like 7 guitars. And this was the one that he basically threw in because there wasn't much value in this guitar. You can see I shoved a toothpick in there. Oh, there we go. That one's really not holding into anything. The way it was routed underneath there didn't leave much. Didn't leave much as far as something to screw down in there with. But yeah, what a good hobby. It's good therapy. If you got something to do with your life, you know, and you got time to spend doing stuff like this, it's a fun hobby. And there's a lot of hobbies that that you can get in that cost a lot more money, like playing golf. Got nothing against golf. I love the game, but man, that's an expensive game. All right, here's the big thing now. We're getting ready. Let me, a few more things. Let's cut these off. Sometimes you can get yourself into trouble cutting the strings off, because if these strings start popping up out of the bridge, then you need to get a new set of strings for it, right? Because you've just cut them too short. But those went in really good, so I don't think we got any problem there. Okay. And these I'm just going to put on here. And I'm just going to kind of hand tighten them a little bit so that they don't rattle. And let's go plug this thing in and play it.